Did you know that Japanese adults in their 70s and even 80s have leg strength equal to Westerners in their 50s? That's not a myth. It isn't genetics. It's a documented 20-year advantage in lower body strength, and it's one of the key reasons Japan has the highest number of centenarians in the world. Meanwhile, in Western countries, the World Health Organization reports that most adults begin losing significant leg strength after the age of 50, leading to difficulty rising from chairs, climbing stairs, walking even short distances, and eventually a much higher risk of falling. And as many doctors confirm, falls are the #1 cause of losing independence in old age. But here's the hopeful part. The Japanese avoid this decline with 6 simple daily exercises you can start doing right at home. No equipment, no impact, and no complicated routines. Before we begin, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your name and your city in the comments below. Our community spans so many countries, and seeing your stories truly motivates others on the same journey. And if you want more videos that help you stay strong, steady, and independent after 60, feel free to subscribe. We post weekly content to guide you step by step. Exercise number 1. The resting squat. This position is one of the most recognizable habits in Japanese daily life. While Western adults spend long periods sitting on chairs and sofas, the Japanese often rest in a deep squat, a posture that naturally strengthens the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and the stabilizing muscles of the core. What makes this so effective is that it doesn't feel like exercise. It's simply a resting position that keeps major muscle groups active throughout the day. A study from the University of Tokyo revealed that older adults who regularly use the resting squat maintain leg strength similar to people 20 years younger. That is a remarkable difference in quality of life. To perform it correctly, stand with your feet at shoulder width, then slowly lower your body until your hips come close to the ground while keeping your heels fully planted. Your spine should stay in a neutral, comfortable position, not overly arched or rounded. If you're over 60 and new to this posture, use the back of a chair or a countertop for support and hold the position for about 20 seconds. Over time, gradually reduce the support and work toward holding the squat for 2 to 3 minutes. You'll feel your leg muscles working deeply, but you should not feel sharp pain in the knees. This practice not only builds strength, it also improves circulation in the legs, supports digestion by lengthening the abdominal region, and develops mental resilience as your body adapts to the initial discomfort. A common mistake is lifting the heels to make the posture easier, which shifts pressure to the knees and reduces the benefits. Keeping the heels grounded is essential for safe alignment. Exercise number 2. Balancing on one leg. Although it looks simple, this exercise is one of the foundations of Japanese longevity. Balancing on one leg activates stabilizing muscles in the ankle, knee, hip, and core muscles that Western exercises often neglect. These stabilizers are the ones that prevent falls, improve walking stability, and maintain proper posture. The Japanese often incorporate this exercise into everyday routines, while brushing their teeth, waiting for an appliance, or standing in line. A 10-year study following older Japanese adults found that single leg balance training reduced hip fracture risk by 60% and overall falls by 40%. Even more impressive, the majority reported feeling more confident during daily activities, which greatly improves independence in older age. To practice it properly, stand near a wall or table for safety. Shift your weight onto one leg and gently lift the other foot just a few centimeters from the ground. You don't need to lift it high. The real activation happens in the stabilizers, not in the lifted leg. Beginners can hold the position for 10 to 15 seconds per side with support. Gradually work up to 60 seconds without support. Keep your gaze fixed on a point in front of you to help maintain balance, and lightly engage your core. Avoid lifting the leg too high or tensing your shoulders, as both will make it harder to stabilize. Just 5 minutes of this exercise per day can dramatically improve balance, coordination, and lower body control. Exercise number 3. The horse stance. Known as kaiba dachi in traditional Japanese training, the horse stance is an isometric exercise that develops powerful leg strength without any joint impact. It strengthens the thighs, hips, and core, making it especially valuable for adults over 50. In Japanese culture, this stance symbolizes grounded strength and stability qualities that are physically reflected in how effectively it trains the body. According to research published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science, older adults who practice the horse stance regularly increase their leg strength by 24% in just 12 weeks. To perform it, stand with your feet placed wide, about 1.5 times shoulder width. Bend your knees slightly and lower your body as if sitting onto an invisible chair. Keep your spine upright and your abdomen lightly contracted. Your feet can face forward or angle slightly outward. The key is to distribute your weight evenly through both legs, feeling the thigh muscles engaged the entire time. If you're beginning after 60, hold the stance for 10 to 15 seconds at first, repeating the exercise 3 times a day. As you get stronger, gradually increase the duration to 60 or even 90 seconds. Avoid letting your knees shift past your toes or allowing your hips to stay too high, both common mistakes that reduce effectiveness. You should feel a controlled burn in the thighs without pain in the joints. Once comfortable, you can add small pulses or heel lifts to increase the challenge. Exercise number 4. Sampa, the mindful Japanese walking technique. This slow, meditative walking style, often practiced in Zen temples, quiet parks, and even in the shaded corridors of traditional Japanese homes, is one of the lesser-known secrets behind Japan's remarkable longevity statistics. Unlike normal walking, which most people perform unconsciously and often with poor posture, Sampa forces the body and mind to slow down. Each movement becomes intentional, controlled, and deeply connected to the sensory experience of stepping. The Japanese describe it as walking with awareness, and the physical benefits go far beyond relaxation. Studies conducted with adults over 65 in Kyoto showed that practicing Sampa for just a few minutes a day led to a 50% improvement in circulation to the feet and lower legs, a 40% reduction in fall risk, and a significant increase in dynamic balance within 3 months. These improvements happen because Sampa retrains the body to use the feet correctly, striking with the heel, rolling through the midfoot, and finishing with the toes. This sequence activates stabilizing muscles, strengthens the arches, and improves proprioception, the internal sense of where your body is in space. To practice Sampa correctly, begin in a safe, obstacle-free area such as a hallway. The goal is slow, intentional movement, about 4 to 5 times slower than your normal pace. As you take each step, focus entirely on the sensation, the heel meeting the floor, the foot rolling forward, and the toes gently pushing off. Breathe deeply, inhaling for 3 steps and exhaling for 3 steps. This breathing pattern calms the nervous system, which is essential for balance. After 60, the biggest mistake people make is trying to walk too fast, which defeats the purpose. Another common mistake is letting the mind wander. Sampa is meant to be grounding and fully conscious. For older adults with balance concerns, practicing near a wall or handrail is recommended at first. Over time, your steps will become quieter, smoother, and more controlled. Even 3 minutes a day can noticeably improve lower body strength and mobility. Exercise number 5. Heel raises. This may seem like one of the simplest exercises on the list, but its impact on leg health and longevity is enormous. The calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and soleus, are often called the second heart of the body because they help pump blood upward against gravity, supporting circulation and preventing swelling, fatigue, and heaviness in the legs. In Japan, heel raises are built naturally into daily routines, while brushing teeth, waiting at crosswalks, or standing in line. The goal isn't intensity but consistency. Strengthening the calves leads to better stability on uneven ground, safer stair climbing, and a more confident walking stride. For adults over 60, improving calf strength is especially important because the calves contain a high percentage of slow-twitch muscle fibers, which age more quickly when not stimulated regularly. To perform heel raises correctly, stand with your feet at shoulder width and gently lift your heels until you raise standing on your toes. Avoid rushing. The movement should be slow and controlled, both on the ascent and descent. Hold the top position for 1 to 2 seconds to fully recruit the muscles. Beginners over 60 can start with 2 sets of 15 repetitions while lightly holding onto a wall or countertop. As you gain strength, progress to 3 sets of 20 and eventually try performing the exercise on a step to increase the range of motion. A common mistake is swinging the body forward and backward, using momentum instead of muscle. Another mistake is performing the exercise too quickly, which drastically reduces the benefits. Once you've built confidence, try doing heel raises on one leg. This nearly doubles the workload for each calf and accelerates strength gains. Regular practitioners often report improved comfort when standing for long periods and greater endurance during walks. Consistency is key. These muscles respond best to moderate repetitions performed several times throughout the day. Exercise number 6. The wall squat. This isometric exercise is one of the safest and most effective lower body strength builders for older adults, making it a favorite in both modern Japanese physiotherapy and traditional strengthening practices. What makes the wall squat so powerful is the constant muscular engagement without any impact on the joints. The quadriceps, glutes, and core work intensely to hold your body in a seated position, building strength in a controlled and predictable way. A Japanese study involving adults aged 65 to 75 showed a 14% increase in leg strength after 8 weeks of regular wall squat practice. Even more impressive was the 27% improvement in stair climbing ability, a direct measure of real-world mobility. To perform a wall squat, stand with your back against a wall and your feet about 12 inches forward, roughly hip-width apart. Slide your back down until your knees form a 90-degree angle, as if sitting on an invisible chair. Keep your knees aligned with your ankles, and avoid letting them drift forward past your toes. Maintain steady, natural breathing, and lightly engage your core to protect your spine. Beginners should start with 15 to 20 seconds for 3 sets. As strength improves, work toward holding the position for 60 seconds. Avoid holding your breath, which can raise blood pressure, and avoid letting your knees cave inward. When done correctly, you'll feel a strong, stable burn in the thighs without any knee pain. To increase the challenge later on, you can place a small cushion or ball between the knees and lightly squeeze throughout the hold. This activates the adductors and deepens the core engagement. Many Japanese instructors describe the wall squat as both a physical and mental discipline. It teaches you to stay calm while facing controlled discomfort, a skill that translates directly into better resilience in everyday life. And because the movement is isometric, it's extremely safe, even for people with mild joint limitations. With these 3 additional exercises, Sampa walking, heel raises, and wall squats, you now have a complete toolkit that mirrors the daily habits used in Japan to maintain strong, functional legs well into older age. Practiced consistently, these movements help restore stability, strengthen deep muscle fibers, and improve balance and coordination, all of which are essential for preserving independence. Bonus exercise: the dead hang. Although this movement isn't specifically a leg exercise, it has become one of the most widely adopted practices among Japanese adults over the past decade due to its surprising full body benefits. The dead hang, or passive hanging from a horizontal bar, looks simple, but its effects on posture, mobility, and overall physical health make it a valuable addition to any routine, especially after 50. One of the primary benefits is spinal decompression. When you hang freely, the force of gravity gently separates the vertebrae, allowing the discs to rehydrate and reducing the pressure accumulated from years of sitting, bending, and everyday spinal compression. Many older adults in Japan report a noticeable decrease in chronic back discomfort within weeks of practicing this exercise regularly. Another major benefit is grip strength. As we age, grip strength naturally declines, affecting everyday tasks such as opening containers, carrying groceries, or even holding onto handrails securely. Multiple long-term studies have shown a strong relationship between grip strength and overall longevity, which is why Japanese trainers place so much emphasis on maintaining it. The dead hang directly trains the muscles in the forearms, hands, and wrists without strain. Additionally, This exercise dramatically improves shoulder mobility. With age, the shoulder joint tends to stiffen, limiting overhead movement and making daily tasks like reaching into cupboards or putting on clothes more challenging. Hanging relaxes the shoulder capsule and increases its natural range of motion. To perform a dead hang safely, find a sturdy horizontal bar. This can be in a park, a gym, or even a door-mounted bar at home. Grip the bar with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width, palms facing forward. Let your body fully relax beneath you, keeping the arms straight and shoulders soft. The goal isn't to pull yourself up or engage in tension. The goal is simply to hang. Beginners over 60 can start with 5 to 10 seconds per attempt, performing 5 sets with rest in between. Over time, increase the duration as your strength improves. Avoid tensing the shoulders or holding your breath, two common mistakes that reduce the benefits. Instead, maintain deep, steady breathing to allow the shoulders, spine, and rib cage to open naturally. This exercise is not recommended for those with acute shoulder or spinal injuries, but for most adults, it is a safe way to improve posture and joint health. Many Japanese practitioners perform the dead hang every morning as a way to reset the body before starting the day. The mental component is significant as well. Hanging requires you to remain calm while the body is under mild but steady discomfort. This ability to stay composed, even when challenged, is a highly valued principle in Japanese wellness culture. It mirrors the mindset needed to maintain balance, mobility, and resilience throughout later life. With the addition of this bonus exercise, you now have a full set of movements practiced widely in Japan to preserve leg strength, mobility, balance, and functional independence well into old age. From deep squats to precise balance work, from slow meditative walking to powerful isometric holds, each exercise targets a different layer of strength that often declines with age if left untrained. When practiced together, these movements form a simple yet incredibly effective routine that helps older adults stay active, upright, and confident in their everyday lives. If you've reached this point in the video, I truly love to hear from you. Which of these exercises was new to you? Have you practiced any of them before? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you'd like more videos like this, focused on strength, balance, and healthy aging, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We post regularly to help you keep your body strong and capable at every age. Thank you so much for watching, my friend. Stay consistent, stay patient, and stay committed to your own health. These small daily habits can transform the way you move, the way you feel, and the way you experience life. After 60, may you continue walking your journey with strength, stability, and peace.